Subscribe and click the bell icon for the latest updates and notifications from the Indian Express.
The model is such, the interference is also that much greater. Did you just yawn? Oh, he's blushing, he's blushing. Listen, Paras, you're not allowed to talk because you have a flight to catch.
Farooq Kabir, Manvi Gagru, Sid Macker and Paras Tomar. You're watching IndianExpress.com. This is based on a real life story. There was a lot of responsibility, there was a lot of gravitas attached to the story. One needed to be really sensitive while portraying these characters or while telling the entire narrative also, because it's been such an emotional journey for so many of the real life people who've been involved in this entire movement to fight against the Supreme Court to get this abolished. It's been a 17-year-long journey. As a layman and as a citizen of the country, when this news came out that 377 has now been abolished, we all were very happy and excited. But what really got to me is one big question popped up in my mind to say, how did this happen and who made it happen? A law getting abolished in the country is not a simple thing. It's an enormous task, and it's the 5-judge bench who has passed this law. What did it take to get it there? That question, when it arose in my mind and when I started doing some research, I realized that this was a very powerful, emotional, social journey, drama that had to be told with a lot of responsibility. Section 377 abnormal is made for heterosexual India. It's not made for the LGBTQ community primarily. So in a nutshell, this is a film about the LGBTQ community for the rest of India. This is not a film about the LGBTQ community for them. Those kind of films have been there a lot. You see them in film festivals, you see foreign material being made. In India also, a lot of film festivals host that kind of cinema which caters to that audience, which is the LGBTQ audience, you know. But here the idea was to represent them to a much larger India where homophobia is still prevalent, where we still don't understand the nuances of what it takes for a gay person to be discriminated against, what it takes for them to A, realize their own sexuality, B, have to address that with their family and their friends, and at society at large.
Before the film, no, I never met him. I saw videos of him and I tried to understand, from Farooq, who knew a lot about the subject, questions that I had, etc. I just tried to capture a certain essence of him, a certain truth about him, and kind of represent that.
So the idea was not to mimic anybody, and for him, first, it was also a tough job because, conventionally in our films, a gay man is already shown as overtly effeminate. Not every gay person is effeminate. Not every gay person has to talk like that or look up with his eyes like that. Not everybody is like that. There are certain people, it's an individualistic personality trait. So that was also a tough call for Sid to maintain that balance of not making it caricaturish.
For me, the journey, the journey and more information about that is, and that sort of invoked that curiosity within me, which is, even though we all know that this event happened, it's historic, but we don't really know the journey of it and what all has gone into it, and that curiosity has been an eye-opener.
For me, the whole gravity of how serious it is only when we put out the promo and we talk about what it was. Until that point, it's a new project. You're shooting, you're going out on a set, you're doing black hair, blonde hair, all of that is happening. When it came out, bam, and I've been telling Farooq that from day one. The number of people who realized that you were talking about an issue which was so big, the gravity hits you when people start responding. The good thing about social media is you're getting live feedback. You're getting people saying, hey, this is relevant. Hey, you're doing this. I'm so glad you're bringing these issues to the forefront. My aha moment actually began to happen when the posters came out, because then they said, hey, you're talking about a film which is so relevant in today's time. I think that's when it hit me.
For me, somehow I have been attracted to those characters, and I wish to keep getting attracted to only such characters. But not to say that I also want to do that running around trees wala thing. हाँ, कभी मैं वो करूँगी ये मत बोलना इसमें where's the social message in this? But yeah, like it's I think what I enjoy most about whatever little influence I have is the influence that I can actually now. I have people who will listen, who will at least hear it. Whether they listen to me and abide by it is a different thing. But who I can reach with just that voice, and I just even if one person out of that can maybe convert or learn something, or feels like he or she's grown with that, then that my job is done.
I was not scared of the censors while making this film because I was anyways treating it with a sense of sensitivity to the subject. And just because we are in the web, ऐसा नहीं है कि characters ज़बरदस्ती गाली दे रहे हैं, ज़बरदस्ती सेक्स कर रहे हैं. अब वेब पे क्योंकि गालियाँ कूल हैं, सेक्स कूल हैं, तो चलो एक सेक्स सीन डाल देते हैं जैसे फिल्मों में गाने डाल देते थे.
Economic model of a film with a theatrical release is so different. And there's censorship firstly to begin with. Then there's a lot of because the model is such, the interference is also that much greater.
I've always had this battle, the art versus commerce thing, right? Which is why I've tried to do the plays, the Hindi film, the foreign, whatever, anything in all different aspects. But the web is this beautiful space where I think, it's for me it's been content rich and there's been commerce as well. And that's an ideal setup.
If I want to say something, I have a platform. If I want to talk about something, I have a platform. If you're making a film or a web series, which is a web digital place, you have the platform to be able to show it because censorship is not a problem. There is actually no flip side to it, but the change again is there because I remember a couple of years ago, if you said you're doing a web series, like, Acha, but you're not on TV yet, na? That's completely changed now. Now it's all the TV actors say, we want to do what you're doing because the work is very, and I think that's a change which a lot of actors will tell you is a huge shift that's happened. The downside of the web, if I find one, I'll tell you. So far, none.
Yeah.